Hey guys, I'm here in Shenzhen, a little sweaty because I'm walking with my dog Coco. Hey Coco, along the river. And on Friday, I had a revelation, which I would have recorded, but of course I didn't have my phone, which was that last week I got really excited and motivated by this new website project that I was building. So motivated that I spent 2 nights up until about 3 a.m. on average, and probably put in about, 15 to 16 hours in total over 2 days, just working on that design and refining the concept. And by the end of the second night, I was like impressed with myself, happy with the results, and also tired. So the next day, I shot out the URL link to my business partner and some others, and I got kind of a lackluster response. I mean, basically, I got no actual appreciation or show of thanks from my friend. It was just business as usual. He didn't even say much. And honestly, I felt a little bad. I felt like, wow, no appreciation, and I was, my intention is always to do things in the best interest of myself and everyone that I'm working with, to build this project as quickly and successfully as possible. In fact, when I met with him later that day, I believe, he was frustrated. And he basically told me that this is all about me. I didn't even really let him kind of add his small touches, which is totally incorrect, because I sent him the link and I said that he can make modifications as needed. But he just felt like I overwhelmed him. And the reason I bring this up, come on, Coco. Coco's like listening, but also enjoying the river. The reason I bring this up is because this is not the first time this has happened to me, where I've gone above and beyond in my moments of extreme motivation. I'm sure you guys have been there. It's not the first time it's happened, but instead of that little pat in the back, which obviously feels good for me, and okay, I realize and recognize that I probably have some insecurities because I need more appreciation than others. But more than that, I mean, forget about a pat in the back. It was a complete frustration type of feel on his part, and a pushback. And what I've realized that Friday morning when I was reflecting on this, which I should have recorded, is that this is a pattern that has happened to me in my life many times, where I kind of go into overdrive mode when I'm motivated and enthusiastic about a project. And somehow it comes off as if I'm kind of just driving this completely myself and not really taking into consideration those that are working with me, and just ramming the project ahead, pushing as fast as I can. And the partners then tend to walk away. They start to move the other way, lose the association, lose the connection. Whereas what I've done and what I've put together is only for the positive, to really get us to the next step as quickly as possible. But the adverse effect happens where the partner starts to shy away and walk away. So I was just wondering, why is that? Why does my extra effort backfire on me? Whereas sometimes when I feel I don't do much, I tend to get more appreciation. I realize I move fast. I realize maybe I don't give enough space, which is feedback I've given to a project or to a partnership. I don't give enough quote unquote breathing room. However, I just struggle with, why is it that my extra effort is always looked as negative? So I would love to hear your feedback and your thoughts on this. Please do comment on my YouTube channel. But I will say that in my own analysis, I realize, since this is a pattern, this is my problem and not others. And what I need to probably do is take a little bit of a breathing step. It is counterintuitive because I feel like utilize my energy in a positive way is only a positive thing. But some people can't handle that pace or that intensity, and it backfires. So maybe slow it down a little bit and empower the other person. And if they have some input, then even if I don't necessarily agree, or if it's moving at a pace that's really slow, just give them that extra boost of confidence so they can move a little closer to the partnership and not further away. It's funny how I'm realizing that psychology and human psychology is more important in building a partnership than almost anything else, including having a successful product launch or successful momentum. And these little pushes or these little motivations, as much as it seems a little bit irrelevant and trivial to me, seems to be important to build a relationship. I'm sure it would be the same for personal relationships as well as business relationships. And so I guess I have to take baby steps, let them show their input, and let them get closer to me. And I guess in hindsight, in this particular instance, it's fine that I put in all this effort and all this motivation, but I shouldn't shoot out that effort to him and say, look what I did. It might sound like me saying that I did all of this and you've done nothing, and here I am on go mode and you're slowing us down. And that's not the intention by sending him the updated URL link, but it might be the feeling that he had. Basically, like his efforts are not considered and he feels bad, and so therefore moves away. So I guess in hindsight, again, two things. One is give him some empowerment, a little bit of vote of confidence. And number two would be to, if I do have these bouts of motivation, which I will in the future, don't necessarily have to show that off or do anything with expectation. Just remember to do it with myself. This concept of expectations is important for me because I tend to have a lot of expectations when I go above and beyond for others to appreciate. And I have to remember that if I do things like this, I should not have those expectations, nor do I need to share if there's any risk that it could backfire on me. So that said, like I said earlier, I really appreciate any feedbacks or comments here. I'm sure some of you have the same feelings as me and have had the same experiences as me. And I'd love to hear any feedback or any thoughts on this, just to get some perspective. And with that, Coco, what do you think? Time to go. Back to my run.